Get ready for the action because we are kicking things off with major cricket news. Chennai Super Kings' Shivam Dube delivered an incredible shot during the Indian Premier League match against Sunrisers Hyderabad in Chennai, India, proving that the intensity is through the roof. This moment is just one piece of a bigger story about the electrifying pace of the IPL. Issues involving senior figures. We examine the fallout as Todd Greenberg faces intense scrutiny amid the ongoing BBL privatization imbroglio. And finally, we look at the focus of the game itself. While the industry races forward with technology, former India off-spinner Harbhajan Singh reminds us that the fundamental skill of the batter remains king. He reflects on the legacy of legends like Sachin Tendulkar and the evolving demands of the modern player, setting the stage for what comes next in cricket. Chennai Super Kings' Shivam Dube made a notable shot during the Indian Premier League match against Sunrisers Hyderabad in Chennai, India, on Monday, May 18, 2026. The moment captured highlights an exciting phase of the contest between the two teams in the high-stakes IPL tournament. Cricket's T20 power-hitting revolution is fundamentally transforming bat manufacturing, shifting the craft from traditional artistry to a science of precision and hyper-customization. Driven by the high-stakes environment of franchise cricket, where marginal gains dictate outcomes, manufacturers are fine-tuning Willow to meet the exacting demands of modern batters. This new era demands bats engineered with advanced science, incorporating moisture control, fiber analysis, and personalized design tailored to an individual player's strength, stroke play, and specific match conditions. The pressure to perform in a market valued in hundreds of crores of rupees has created unprecedented demand for customized equipment. Manufacturers are now leveraging scientific data, analyst feedback, and player profiling to maximize performance. Top batters are reportedly carrying 8 to 10 bats, each calibrated for a distinct phase of the game, a departure from the traditional practice of using a single bat for an entire season. Paras Anand, CEO of Sansparils Greenlands, SG, one of India's leading bat makers, highlighted this shift. He explained that players now demand ready-to-use bats, emphasizing that players require equipment immediately before matches, contrasting with the older method of preconditioning bats in nets. The core of this transformation lies in moisture manipulation. Imported English willow clefts undergo strict air-drying processes in India to manage moisture content, a critical factor in achieving desired profiles. Players desire larger, thicker edges and sweet spots without adding excessive weight. This contrasts sharply with previous eras. While legends like Sunil Gavaskar used heavier, thinner bats, the current generation favors lighter bats, weighing between 1.15 kg and 1.35 kg, depending on the format. Power hitters specifically seek weight concentrated lower down the blade for elevation. Handle customization is also a key variable. Players have distinct preferences regarding handle stiffness and flex, which impacts their psychological comfort and swing mechanics, a factor previously less emphasized. Crucially, technology is accelerating this evolution. Data gathered from analysts, cameras, and computer experts, tracking scoring zones and struggles, is now directly feeding into bat design, leading to studies in fiber flexibility and wood density previously unexplored. Looking ahead, the industry anticipates the inevitable integration of artificial intelligence. Engineers are developing AI-trained systems to decode complex player metrics, suggesting that AI-designed Willow could become cricket's next competitive edge. However, Anand stressed that while technology aids customization, the player must maintain absolute clarity regarding their needs. India remains a dominant force, accounting for nearly 70% of global English Willow consumption, with trade estimates showing rising demand fueled by expanding T20 leagues. Despite this technological push, veterans like Harbhajan Singh remind observers that fundamental skill remains paramount, citing the enduring success of players who master a single instrument, underscoring that while tools evolve, the player's inherent skill remains the ultimate determinant of success. The Indian Premier League chairman has issued a directive to focus on core performance rather than social media distractions, specifically referencing Virat Kohli. This statement underscores a push for concentration among players and stakeholders during the tournament. Meanwhile, the Times of India sports desk continues its intensive coverage, providing reporters with around-the-clock updates. The desk is committed to delivering comprehensive sports content, including detailed match reports, previews, and reviews. A key feature of their reporting involves in-depth, statistics-based technical analysis, alongside tracking the latest social media trends and incorporating expert insights across a wide spectrum of sports, spanning cricket, football, tennis, badminton, hockey, motorsports, wrestling, boxing, shooting, athletics, and numerous other disciplines. Noi Dung Kai Tight. Cricket Australia is facing intense scrutiny following a whistleblower report alleging serious conflicts of interest and improper contract awarding by senior figures. The allegations suggest that Cricket Australia contracts have been steered towards companies associated with individuals within the governing body, occurring amidst ongoing turmoil surrounding the privatization of the Big Bash League. /and the internal whistleblower report, dated April 13, 2026, raises significant questions regarding the appointment of a senior digital technology executive, the engagement of a cloud services provider, and subsequent restructuring of key roles early in the year. /N, the report specifically focuses on the appointment of the General Manager, Digital and Technology, who was elevated from a strategic advisory role. Allegations claim this executive is linked to an Australian technology company, where he is listed as a director and shareholder, with related corporate entities in India sharing directors and an address in Coimbatore. /N furthermore, the documentation details the engagement of an Australian cloud services provider for technology and migration services, citing purchase orders exceeding $600,000 issued in February and March 2026. The report asserts that formal procurement processes, such as requests for proposal or detailed statements of work, were bypassed, with contractors appearing in internal systems before purchase orders were formally raised. /N key concerns highlighted include the executive allegedly approving these engagements while maintaining connections to related entities, noting overlapping directors, shared business addresses, and joint promotional activities between the Australian and Indian companies. The report further alleges that established procurement safeguards, including dual approvals required for contracts above certain thresholds, were absent. /N coinciding with these allegations, Cricket Australia made several senior redundancies between March and April 2026, reportedly resulting in the loss of around 20 jobs in the reshuffle, which critics suggest reduced independent oversight of technology and procurement decisions. /N despite repeated attempts to seek a response from Cricket Australia and Chief Executive Todd Greenberg, the organization has not publicly commented on the specific claims. There is currently no indication of a formal external investigation by regulatory bodies such as ASIC or the AC. /N these concerns are based on the whistleblower report, which is supported by ASIC extracts, public records, and detailed timelines. The situation is compounded by external pressure. Sources close to Cricket Australia indicate that member states are demanding cost savings, increasing pressure on Greenberg and Chairman Mike Baird, as the momentum for the BBL sale has swung against the board, pushing for immediate cost cuts at head office. This pressure is framed against a backdrop where states argue the national governing body has become bloated, despite rising revenues from women's cricket and the BBL.